Not a girl. Clever girl.
Striggy, who has obviously always been female.
Jesus Christ, leave me alone.
No, I will never let you live that down.
I mean, it did take a very long time for you to gender her. So
literally like 50
odd.
sessions.
Yeah, it was odd.
Striggy will telepathically communicate to Zephylos. Kind of at the same time. Hang on. What did you say was 18?
Yeah, because they had 13 plus keen sight advantage, which
Yeah.
makes it plus 5 passive.
Nice.
Oh yeah, okay. So Striggy will notice Lady Mornid kind of, as she's fumbling for words, she like glances over to the side, up kind of in like toward the ceiling to the side of her, and she like furrows her brow kind of at the same moment that Striggy notices that a bat has flapped its wings and landed up there somewhat quietly. And Lady Mornid will have turned her head toward it with a confused look on her face, tilt her head, and she says, my lady?
Yeah,
I'll have heard that, though. My
Yes.
lady. I'll say, she's here.
You, at this point, you guys will look up at where she's looking, and see the bat. And it will, in a graceful sort of motion, release its grip hanging upside down from the ceiling, from a rotten beam. Release its grip, flip over while magically polyforming into a humanoid shape, and landing with her 2 feet on the ground, now as the form that some of you had noticed during your scouting.
DM, and I'm asking this out of
this.
character. What model? Circa what model?
Circa the
2015 model?
Or circa the art from Mod
Why
D.
do you-
Barger, because
Why
the
do you
art is really
choose
nice.
the art with the weird feet? Is my question.
With the weird feet? Why are you looking at her feet? I didn't even look at her
Because
feet,
they're
bro.
out there. It's out there.
Why are you? I mean, like, first off, how could you ask something so brave, Danny?
Literally
Second,
the first thing he says when he
as he looks straight to
her
the feet.
What's with her feet, bro?
You don't see the long ass talons that are connected to her palm.
I mean, I see them now, but it's not the first thing that I saw. You know, the first thing
I see
was
the
probably
feet.
the thigh. You know.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that thigh
It's the
meat.
thigh.
Thick
The
and
thigh
juicy,
is
give it to
obviously
me
the
in the
star
booty
of this
shorts.
picture.
You know what I mean?
It's like the Henry Cavill meme where it's like, you know, Xbox or PlayStation, and he looks offended. He's like PC, and you guys are like,
yeah, that one.
or you're like titties or ass, and I'm like, feet.
Yikes.
Nasty.
Because this is recorded. This is in fact a joke.
She's
Arbor
say,
doesn't watch these, does she? Do they?
Nope.
Okay.
she knows how to make bloodstone, if you know what I mean.
Oh, bro, no way. How does that work so well?
Shit, I had to think about that one. That one took me a second. All right. So Vanessa.
So you see the humanoid form of what you guys know to be Lady Vanescula.
I'm probably a little bit afraid, or looks probably a little bit afraid here, but he's gonna stand to his thing here, and he's gonna keep his weapon drawn at the Lady Mornid, and he's gonna say, "I presume you've heard what we've been discussing, then."
Some little green fingertip stretching into the sky.
Oh, I just got here. What did I miss?
I was asking, should you usurp the usurper, what will you do different? You'll run the mines the same, keep your slaves the same, blood banquets all the same, but it's your crown instead of his.
Not quite. Wouldn't be really much point to this alliance if that were the case, would it? I know you would never accept those terms.
I'm failing to see a point as it is now, so please speak up or do your bidding, as it were.
Oh, please. You will need my help in order to accomplish your goals. We both know that.
And what are our goals? Urluk genuinely not knowing his own goals.
Dogson's now like bouncing on his tippy toes.
It's like
there.
If
we
you
all
want
think
to
he's being
see
sassy,
any...
but he's being genuine. He's like, "What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
am I?"
What
Does she-
are
wait,
we
hang on,
doing?
Does she
I'm
pick
mad
up
at
on
the
that?
vampires. Yeah, that's pretty much what he's doing. Yeah.
Does she pick up on the fact that he is completely senile?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident, but I'm like senile.
Okay,
so.
yeah, she does. She's like, what is this old fool doing in your group?
Which old fool, I'll say. I'll look around. I'm looking around.
He is uncharacteristically reliable.
Really? Look, thanky, are you not? Strange to see one
I'll
so
say,
far from the
did
desert.
Did she say Ukthanki?
Yeah.
I'll say, you're welcome.
Sorry.
He is old.
I've been waiting the whole campaign to make that joke.
Oh my god. What a fucking...
He is old. I've never seen one so old. Usually they died before they reached this age.
So in what
Combat.
age am I? Go ahead and guess.
How should I know?
I don't know either. And I'm looking back at Lady Mornid, and I'll say, is she with you? It's kind of all of it falling apart now.
Morning nods.
Nephlos is going to step forward because
Yeah.
I think Urluk is past his best before date.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking at my weapon now. I'm gonna say, was this supposed to go inside of you or me? And I'll look around for the sheath. It's attached to my chest.
Put that down, why don't you?
And I'll say,
You won't be able to make use of it here.
I was told it would be useful almost anywhere.
All right. The point being,
I'm tucking it away, but I still want answers.
the point being that say what you do say, and let's assume it's true that we need you as much as you potentially need us. The point being, it is still in our best interest to not enable another potential usurper, if the end result isn't favorable. So you said it yourself, you don't see it being the same. So paint a picture for us. What does your reign look like?
Thanks, Zephylos. I appreciate, out of character, that's what I was asking, but like, I can only stay focused for so long as Urluk, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have a timer on your desk, and like,
Yeah.
when it beeps, you have to stop being useful. Objective.
Precisely.
My brother is so stubborn and irritated. He's stuck in the old ways of Zamorak, always touting about his will. Now, we must cross the river and invade the mainland kingdoms of the humans. And my younger brother, Ranus, is no better. He's spent a millennia licking Laverniel's boots and doing his every bidding in hopes of securing a little morsel of his older brother's power.
I'm looking over to Dobson and writing down that Laverniel wears boots.
You should be telling Danny that. Sorry, Danny, but Laverniel...
Oh no bare feet.
He's got
Laverniel.
footwear.
Oh no.
This ruins my immersion,
Can we
DM.
not get the foot fetish into one of my running jokes? Thank you.
Poor
I'm already the guy
What do
who
you
falls
mean-
asleep.
It's
You
too late. You've
asked
already
for
acknowledged it.
You opened these floodgates.
I
You don't
already
get to-
fell asleep
continues.
and killed my party member.
Danny, you don't get to be the look at her feet guy and let's not talk about feet guy. You can't do both, alright? Alright. Fair. You
Um,
pick a lane.
she continues.
Yeah.
I I want to live out the rest of my life in peace and comfort and luxury at the castle, and I don't care what happens to the humans. Can let them go for all I care.
And how will you sustain your life? Don't you need blood to live?
That's the thing. I've been conducting much research. I've had a lot of time to do it. I believe that there is a way to sustain vampire life without the need for blood at all.
Go on.
Well, in fact, it was discovered decades ago, but Loerniel covered it up.
With what? Kind of losing it again. A heavy layer of dirt, perhaps?
We, and by we I mean more like my brother, had ordered the construction of a laboratory that researched blood, humans, vampires, blood magic. Discovered something that they didn't want to discover and tried to hide it. They murdered every vampire and human that was involved. The only ones that knew about it were myself and 2 other vampires. You could guess who?
I couldn't.
She looks, after he says that, she looks to the others. You could guess who. Which 2?
Dobson, do you know perhaps?
Oh, I was muted. Your brother and Vanstrom.
There you go.
Zephylos successfully named the only other 2 named vampire we're aware of.
I should hope you would have gotten that one. You're the wizard, aren't you?
I am
Allegedly.
not.
Not you.
I know she was talking.
Now, there should be no need for worrying about enslaving humans, crossing the river, conquering land, or ruling the majority of Mauritania. And so, I need Loerniel gone. But I can't do the regicide, if you will, myself, for the vampires would never accept me as their ruler. They're too loyal. Now, you can see why I need you.
Well,
and
in-
what after? Rannis?
He's the youngest.
Indeed.
As the middle child, I am next in line.
Where does your dirty bidding end, Venescula?
Whatever do you mean?
First we kill your brother, then who? Once you are top dog, what becomes of us? The people who destroyed your brother's kingdom.
Well, I would leave you with...
Should we be kings? Should we be knighted? Should we be royalty amongst your Zamorakian swine?
I would leave you the choice. You may leave Mauritania peacefully. I will not stop you.
I'll spit.
Or you may have some position among my court.
I'll spit even more. I'll
Your
say,
choice.
both of these sound like shit in my mouth.
I have a bigger concern than even that. This all sounds good, but magical, cure to hunger seems a little far-fetched. I suppose we would need to have a couple of things set in motion before we would even consider, becoming your potential scapegoat.
Mhm.
First,
That's how I see it.
we would need to see proof that you can in fact end a vampire's hunger. So that we
Indeed.
know once it's done, this hasn't just been a hocus pocus to get us to kill your biggest rival.
Quite
And then
right.
I would say the scapegoat exactly is what I'm worried about. That we do this, and then Vanessa goes like, "Oh no, I'm in charge now. Kill these guys who killed my poor brother." That's how I see it. Like,
The second thing we'd need is even a way to do so. You seem to be very confident around a vampire-killing weapon, which makes us think when we bring this to an actual real vampire, it's not going to do anything except inconvenience them.
or possibly kill ourselves in the process, giving us the tools to a weapon that's ineffective, leading to our own demise. It seems that your kind are already upset at us for taking out the mines. How do we know this is not all a giant ploy to make you seem more powerful than you are? I'm not convinced. And your friend here, gesturing to Lady Mornit, will say, seem to be full of a lack of answers rather than a reassurance.
Well wishes, but no substance.
Precisely, my friend Zephylos.
You'll have to forgive her. She is a mere servant.
I'll do no such thing.
It was, in fact, quite a chance. A roll of the dice, if you will, that you had met in the first place.
Dun 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 dun.
Can I do an insight on that? I
Get
feel like
it?
all of this is...
Get it, you guys? Because
Hold
we
on,
actually
hold on.
rolled dice?
Yeah.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it?
Don't do the round of applause. I'll leave.
Thank you. I thought you were going to do this.
But yeah, no, Here is something I can ask you. I already asked your servant this, but to no avail. What is ancient bliss?
Yeah, I was going to ask that, but I'm not in enough kind of coherent. That's a great question. We want the answer to that for sure.
Ancient blister.
We read on a piece of parchment found above your laboratory, or near your laboratory, the same one you mentioned. It says, it talked of ancient blister.
You visited the laboratory?
We've been many places. I will not show all my cards till you show yours.
Alright. Blister. Sounds familiar. You read this? You read this from something that was written in the laboratory?
I'll gesture to my chest as if I'm holding the note in a pouch or something, and I'll say, "Indeed."
Meanwhile, Vanessa is like, shit, they're supposed to learn about the flail first before they learn about blisterwood. This isn't in the script.
No, I knew about this like 2 hours ago. Don't worry. Let's see. Where did I want to take this though?
She'll be like, are you sure you don't want to learn about this flail? It's really good for a few levels.
No. It's okay.
Make a
blister.
flail out of the blister wood.
Hang on. I'm gonna have her do a check. Let's see if she
Does anyone
gets it.
want to use this flail? Or none of us are strength characters. But it's the quest weapon! Didn't you see? 40
Dobson's a-
attack as a
Dobson's a-
requirement.
Dobson's a strength character, I thought.
Right?
BRB switching him to College of Swords so you can use the fucking flail.
It sounds familiar. Can't quite put a pin on it.
So she can't tell us much about it.
Where did you read of this?
I already explained where I read it, DM.
Oh, what did you say?
I said we found it in a piece of parchment near the lab in which she mentioned. I said I won't reveal all my cards until she starts revealing hers.
Blister. What did it say about this?
I won't reply. It seems that you want to know things in which we know. It says, you better start speaking of the things we want to know, or our answers might fall short.
A pair of words does not give me much clue as to what you are talking about.
The words,
Fortunately.
or was it ancient blister, do not ring a bell in your head.
I don't believe so.
I'll look over to Zephylos. Are we buying this?
Oh no, Dungeon Master. I'm rolling insight. Am I
Okay.
buying this?
I'm rolling a fake deception.
I'm giving him guidance. Because I'm like in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I open character sheet. Foundry. Why are you being so slow? Is it because I'm killing Sir Rat Carius?
Is that his name?
Which I'm not actually in RuneScape, mind.
I mean, I'm still AFKing. I'm still AFKing fucking Ascension keys this whole time. But yeah, it's like not. It's like 0. I mean, you guys know how much RP I've been doing tonight. I'm not paying attention to my monitor at all. My legendary familiar keeps picking up the.
Hold on.
Did you add the D4?
Nope.
I did
It's
not
a
much.
9.
Cool. She's not quite getting it.
It's a shame.
Okay, let me open up the journal thing and see exactly what it says.
Yeah.
Alright, where are we? Diary. Flaxseeds, container. Fireplace scroll. Where the fuck is it?
It's fireplace scroll.
Is it fireplace scroll?
Yeah, it's fireplace scroll. And it
No.
is.
Wait, no,
I
are
was-
you talking
I was-
about him alchemy?
Yeah,
Wait.
the panda.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think I didn't give a handout for it. I just annotated it.
Alright,
Maybe.
well, I'll give the context. I'll say, like, it
Yeah.
was said to be a weakness of vampire. I assume a vampire as old as you would
Hmm.
be well aware of the things that could potentially kill you.
Right.
Did you translate this from another
Don't-
language?
Don't
I think it was in
answer.
Infernal.
Did they say that at the same time?
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
that was
consider
Dan.
that-
That was Dan asking.
Okay.
Like, was it originally in
Oh,
Infernal?
man.
I don't remember.
Oh, out of character? Yes, it was written in Infernal.
Okay. Zephylos behind his Mandalorian helmet is going to give Urluk a look and look back at the vampire and say, it was originally in the ancient tongue.
Hmm.
Why, am I mistranslating it?
No, no, no. Not quite. The thing is, the Vampyrium dialect of Infernal has a bit of nuance to it not found in other branches of the language. Often you can find more context based on the way that some of the words interact with one another.
Go on.
I think I know what infernal words would describe what you are saying, but there may be more in the text itself that
Sacred text.
the sacred texts, if you will, that could allude to exactly what it is that means. I don't require a copy of it myself. However, if you could provide with me a a copy of the passage that was from, I may be able to tell you more about it.
Can I recite the text, like, in Infernal to her
Yeah,
from memory?
you probably could, because you probably memorized it in studying it, because it was a very important part of it. So yeah, you can. I'm gonna say that you could do that.
Okay, so I'll say it out loud
Okay.
in, like, the Latin.
She says, yes. Now, you see that she repeats the phrase in Infernal, and she says, you see that word just before ancient. Now, that alludes to, it doesn't just mean ancient, really. It means ancient life. And the word just after. Now, that infers that it is infers not just ancient, but ancient and unmoving. Now, an ancient and unmoving life together, that is a plant. I think I know what this means.
Share with the class, then. Also, I'll look over to Dobson. He's got his notes he's ready to take, I'm sure.
I wasn't aware that it had these types of properties that you claim. But I know of a tree that is referred to as and she says another word in Infernal, which could also be translated back to common as
Does
Blister.
Zephylos speak Infernal?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say I do have comprehend languages prepared, just in case.
So she said, "Oh, I believe that the way that I had heard of it, it was translated in a slightly different way, which is why I didn't recognize it. But I know of a certain artifact of the ancient times that lies within Darkmire, which is most likely what this is referring to. An old and unusual magical tree."
And what are the powers of this old and magical tree?
That is the thing, I'm not sure.
Then you
But
will
I know that
research this tree, and before we meet again, you will have more answers for us. We shall meet again. No?
Alright.
It says,
I've been
"And
meaning to...
I don't want to deal with your answerless Mornid here. We shall meet again face to face another time, and you will come without your friends. We will send our group, and you will send you and your all-powerful entity, Venescula, the queen-to-be. And you'll have your answers. But
pushy, aren't we?
it says, you've come to us asking for our aid. Do not get it twisted. It is not the other way around. We do not need you.
I could coast by, you know. I could let more humans die.
It says, this is fine
It would
by
do me no disservice.
Every
to ignore
human
your
you let
plight.
die, we will let 10 go free. Until there are no more, and you shall remain against your own whims, searching for a means to survive without human blood. You are still drinking human blood, are you not? Yes, well, that's what I thought. Am I getting like a silence from her now?
She chooses not to immediately answer that question.
I'm gonna say, those mines would not be in full service, and you would not be having your kind finding our kind to search for blood if you did not depend on us. It says, from what your servant told us, your people are a bit angry of our actions, and our ability to kill your kind, if you will. When was the last time one of yours fell to a blade?
One of mine?
Yes.
I can't think of a time.
Well, just the other day is the answer, and it was to our blades. Forget that not.
You mean the pathetic drivel of the turned vampires.
Indeed.
Please.
The drivel you depend on to run your mines, to find your food. It says, I do not expect you to run out on your own hind legs and find your own food, should you? Your servants are the backbone of your kingdom, and I will continue to undermine them. I'm not mistaking myself for your power. I understand that you are a powerful entity. What I am saying is, until our last breath draws, we are here for a purpose, and that purpose is not to serve you, but to undermine you, and in which ways we can. The vampires, when I say you, by the way, out of character, it's out of you. But what I'm getting at here is that we're gonna keep taking out her power force, her military, her strong-armed of the law, so to speak. And I wasn't afraid to kill her servant here, if that's what it came to, but I still don't trust them. And pretty much what I'm getting at here is I haven't found a reason to trust them yet. Replacing one bad thing for another is not like Urluk's forte, right? You get that, DM? And it says,
Sure.
We will help you, but you understand that you came to us, yes. Until our goals do not align, we will capitulate.
You would do right to understand that this is a mutual relationship that we will have.
Well, then we meet next time. We'll feel more of that mutuality. For now, I lack answers which we crave. Find out about this tree, and we will meet again. It says we will be in touch. I have an ability to send a message to you.
You seek answers.
You.
How
seek
about that
answers.
one back there? She points towards Saphalon.
I'll look over to Saphalon with a tilted head.
What a strange occurrence it was.
I won't say anything. I'm just like still looking at Saphalon.
He'll try to bluff. He'll be like, "What do you mean?" And she will reply, "Oh, please."
I'll put a guidance on him.
There were plenty of people who witnessed what has happened. They may not understand it.
People or Vyres?
Both.
I'll say, well, the accounts of humans have been less than reliable, I'll say very facetiously.
People and vampires, both, may
Say-
not understand what it is that they saw or that they heard of. But I was there when they still walked these lands.
Who is they? I'll say.
The winged folk of Saradomin, the
Still-
Icene.
Still looking at Saphalon.
I thought I had recognized you when I'd first heard of you, but now it seems so clear. She says, while staring at Saphalon. You have Icene blood. Saphalon just kind of returns her gaze, confused.
Yeah, I'm still looking at Saphalon because I don't want to,
What?
obviously reveal his cards.
What are you talking about? And Venescula will reply, she'll say, You've lived here for a great long time, haven't you? You have magic that you don't understand. Light magic. You don't have wings, though, which means that you must be a half-breed of Icene. Human half, by the looks of it. I can think of one particular pair, an Icene and a human, who I know I have seen their child, and he looked just like you. It is you, isn't it? You're Saphalon Hallow.
Have we heard his
Get
last
this-
name before?
You know his last name already.
Okay.
He'll say it's a common last name. Loads of people around here have it. And Venescula will say, No. But you are the Hallow. You are the son of Queen Aferite and King Acertes, former rulers of this land, whom my brother slaughtered.
Your parents are Zerosian, I'll say. knowing that this land belonged to
She'll give-
Zeros.
She'll give another like what the fuck, like kind of look over In Erluk's direction.
Like, I know that Saradomin conquered a lot of Zeros' kingdom after he, like, I get that, like, out of character, but like Erluk wouldn't gather that Saradomin dominated this land.
The real
or
catch-22 is that Zeros was actually never in this part of Mauritania.
Yeah, I don't think he reached
this far
bro.
east, no, this far east, but also Erluk wouldn't know that. Erluk would
No,
know
I don't
that-
think any of us would know that.
Yeah, Erluk would know that.
Okay.
That Mauritania was
Well,
at some point, or
let's
parts
see.
of it was under Zeros, was part of Zeros' kingdom.
Well, yeah, because there was there's Vigorous Folly, of course,
Right.
but that's all the way in the west. So I'm not sure. I actually know for a fact how far they extended, but I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
but
that they didn't reach
Erluk
the
wouldn't
east
either.
end.
As far as Erluk was concerned, like, Zeros' kingdom reached as far as the continent went.
Does he express that here?
No, but like he's
Okay.
he's showing a lot of his Zerosian cards here by asking Saphalon that if his parents were Zerosian, so to speak.
Saphalon will replies, I don't have memory of when I was young.
I'll look back
wish
to
I did.
Venescula then. Is this common?
Half human, half Icene is a rare thing indeed. I'm not sure I've heard of another. I wasn't even sure it was possible until I had heard of their child. He must have inherited his mother's near immortality.
See, Zephylos doesn't know what to make of this. The only time he would have ever heard of Icenes was, you know, if the Icenic Purge of the Wizard Tower was ever brought up in conversation.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, RS3 Wizard Tower quest. It's a spell called Icenic Purge where, like, you channel the power of an Icene through the teleportation beam.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a whole thing for Wizard Tower lore.
forgot about that.
That's
They
the only
kept
time he's
changing
heard
the
this.
Wizard Tower lore.
Yeah, that's the only time he's heard this, like, species name dropped, and he's like, okay.
Uh-huh. Saphalon will just kind of act as though he is having to take a lot of information in, sort of looking as though he's pondering his own memories, questioning them.
What's it called? Zephylos will speak up and say, well, you have research to do on this living thing of the past, this blister,
Yes.
and we have a town to paint red. So perhaps we will reconvene in the near
Yes.
future.
We will be in touch, Lady Venescula.
Very good.
Say, do not interfere with us freeing your brother's prisoners, though. That is our one request should you want our help. We will continue to do so.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Very well.
It's that which irritates him pleases me.
Says, I'll like pull out a piece of paper and crudely draw the shape of Mire Ditch. That kind of like long rectangle.
Uh-huh.
And I'll say, which parts of this area do you control? We will refrain for the time being so long as you can guarantee that you do not shed more human blood that you do not have to.
I don't spend much time in Mireditch itself.
But your kind
It's a
do,
filthy
and
place.
your people do.
Oh,
Says, or Lady Mornid would not have been roaming around these parts coincidentally, I'll say.
I was under the impression that you had encountered her in Darkmire.
Did we? Damn.
You did. You were on your way out when
All
she
right.
saw you.
I will chalk that up as my senility, and I'll say,
You never have to get any of the lore right if your character's senile.
checkmate.
Checkmate.
I'll look a bit confused, and I'll say, the lines of Darkmire and the lines of Mire Ditch may be blurred in my mind, Lady Venescula.
They are quite different.
Either way, should we end up in Darkmire, what is stopping you from killing us outright?
Like I said, we need one another.
You
Would be a
need
shame.
us. I'll say, again, I'll clarify, you need us. Because I prefer that I'd get answers from you, but I can find them elsewhere. This ancient blister may be just the answer on a scroll that we have not found yet. Kind
I
of
suppose you
gesturing
have
at-
another royal vampire in your pocket.
Say, or another scroll with loose lips written on it. Similar to the one we found.
Woof.
Woof woof.
Oh, can you guys
Is that-
feel that? Jeez. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Zaid's future dog?
Is that my dog? Sounds friendly.
Where's your uncle?
It's just muted. We can harass him now.
Nice.
We can torture him with the sound of Zach's breathing. Oh god.
I mean, we do hear your breathing a lot, Zaid. Where is Zach? Also,
He's just-
Zaid, you're like making your cowlick in the back way worse.
Oh yeah, isn't it great?
Yeah. I mean,
you.
is it? Like,
Yes.
How do you go out in public without just your hair being a hot mess?
You forget that I'm married. I don't have to impress anybody.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to impress anybody, but like, it looks like you're perpetually waking up from a nap.
That's my secret, Captain. I always am.
I woke up 5 minutes before session. So good. Mrs. DM's asleep. Still no Pengu.
Mm-hmm.
All right, better refund that shit.
Wait, actually, I think I can get him. Hang on.
Yeah, go replace Pengu with a mustard
Hang on.
bottle.
Yeah.
So, Zach, you come here often?
Often enough.
You want to come more often?
I plead the fifth.
All right.
That's
Here's one
that's-
redeem,
That's court talk for.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
and here's another redeem. There you
I feel
go.
like we're being lowballed here. Last time we claimed a Pengu, we had a Pengu head dance where he was on your head dancing for like 2 minutes.
Is that because Mrs. DM was doing it?
Yeah, I think that one of us should get our money back. Dobson or Zach, you want your money back?
You can have it.
All right.
Oh, I don't know. You guys can't agree. Nobody gets their money back.
This is all right, King Solomon. Take it easy.
King Solomon with that.
Yeah, Zach gets it. King Solomon was a notorious king of old times who, when he was trying to make essentially find the just answer between two people that couldn't decide between themselves, he would just be like, "Fine, none of you are happy," until one of them was just like, "All right, that's good. We keep it like that for a few minutes, and I think we'll be satisfied."
No, that's all. All right, I'm putting
Okay.
him back on the bed.
Is the bed right there?
Yeah,
Did Mrs.
Well,
DM wake up?
I had to toss him, but she didn't wake up.
Wait, is your computer in your bedroom?
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
nodded, but then I realized that.
I'm watching stream, so I actually could have seen you do that. But the yes on mic came in at the same time you nodded on stream, so it was like yes,
is
and you were
funny.
nodding. Yeah. It wasn't any shorter, is what I'm saying. Like it would have worked either way. Anywho, alright, Vanescula gets that she needs us, and that we can help her, but we also need more from her, right? She gets that? That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
The next time we meet, like, we want more than just, I don't know, I'll find out kind of stuff. Because that's not going to fly a second time to Urluk. He's
Totally.
already doing a lot by, like, making a deal with such powerful Zamorakians that's, like, kind of against his character to begin with. And the only reason he's really, like, not super mad about this is because Zephylos has made it clear that we can get information from them. But really, as far as Urluk's concerned, like, we're replacing one evil for another evil right now. Like, there isn't a good side to this, in his opinion, right?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm more telling you, like,
Yeah.
Urluk doesn't see this as like an alliance that benefits him because it's still a Zamorakian in charge.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And she also hasn't like super clarified, like, she knows of a means to get this no blood survival thing going, but she doesn't know how it works, or like we need more answers. We definitely need more answers before we do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, Urluk's not getting warm and fuzzies right now from Vanescula. Anywho. Danny's muted, and I believe you.
Yeah, how many times do you think Danny said something? and
Probably
we didn't hear it?
at least twice.
Probably twice.
Yeah. And he's unmuted his headset, but he forgot that he's muted in Discord.
Uh-huh.
Probably at this point. Or he's killing a rat and he's like super fixated.
He's really trying to
Focus.
flick those prayers.
Focused on the
Conserve his
prayer.
last prayer point.
He's buying another bond.
Dogs are being loud.
Oh, okay. He's buying another bond so he can
You know, they wouldn't be loud if they were in the mail already.
yeah, your uncle
True.
too.
Who was getting his uncle?
Me?
You? Okay.
Yeah. I've got a place in my bathroom just for him.
Zach, do you want an ant or something?
Please God, no.
Okay, he hates his family. Let's not bring that up again.
I moved 1,200 miles away to get away from family.
Yeah, I moved
1,200
500 miles away.
But did they live in Hawaii?
1,200 miles is like the distance from Ohio to Florida.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was more than that.
No.
I moved from the West Coast to the West Coast.
And that was 1,200 miles.
Did you just go? Wait, did you go from like West Coast Florida to West Coast America?
I went from near the border of Mexico to near the border of Canada.
Gotcha.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, I guess Florida can technically be a West Coast.
Yeah, that's what the thing is. I grew up on the West Coast, but it was the Bay Area of Florida. So when I like was in the army and everyone's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, West Coast," and they'd be like, "Oh, Cali." I'm like, "Oh, Florida," and they'd go, "Oh, that's not the West." They go, "That's not the West."
Florida.
They go, "That's not the West Coast," and I'm like, "Really?" Because I looked at the fucking ocean every day and I was on the West Coast, and they're like,
They're like, we're not gonna invite this guy to our table.
The thing is, a lot of Floridians and Californians are like very similar, so most of my friends in the army were Californian.
Yeah, except the Californians drive like maniacs and Floridans drive with their foot on the brake.
Could not disagree more. Floridians drive like they have no respect for human life. But not like Texans. I've never felt so threatened on the road like I did in Texas.
Texans has disrespect for human life.
Texans,
oh shit, wait. Does August live in Texas?
Texans drive like, if I'm gonna die, so are you. Also, the only place in America where I've had a gun flashed to me twice in one day. They're all talk. I haven't been shot at once in Texas. Pussies. You're gonna flash a gun, shoot it. You know what I mean? Pussies.
Oh, I hope that didn't make a weird noise.
It did. It sounded like a queef. It was great.
It kind of was.
Bro.
Oh, so that's how you summon Danny, is you make a queef sound with a bottle.
God, first it's feet.
That's in my notes now. First it's feet, then it's queef bottle sounds. Danny rides a fine line.
Is the
of
party
what the
satisfied with this? Not. Let me make sure I didn't miss.
Yeah, she doesn't have any
notes.
answers for us, so we'll meet again. We'll meet
I mean,
again.
she kind of did.
I mean, sort of, but not about the we want to know how to kill vampires more effectively, and she didn't have the answer for us.
Oh, that was something that I had thought of. I almost forgot.
What does forgot start with?
What?
What letter does forgot start with?
F.
That's your grade for the day, DM.
Damn. Oh shit, you're getting negative inspiration.
Oh no, that
actually,
puts me at negative.
Actually, I'm gonna give everybody inspiration except you.
Guys, it's working.
Wow.
Guys, it's working. We're doing it. He's still giving inspiration. We win.
Everyone is gonna be a viable candidate for inspiration for the rest of the game every session except
they
you.
don't get one. Now they're viable candidates. Ooh. I'm shaking in my moccasins.
What the hell was I doing? Oh, she's like, oh.
Ah.
Before I forget, I have something for you.
Okay.
And she reaches into a teeny little pouch, hanging from her waist, and she puts her hand in it and thrusts basically her whole arm into the little pouch. Obviously, it is a magical item.
Okay.
And she pulls from the pouch a long gleaming object. She says, I think you dropped this. And she hands back to whoever is closest a rod of Ivandis.
Not affecting her by touching it?
She's got a cloth over her hand. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that would have been important to know. It's Dermo's, so I imagine he's with us, just not right now.
He's like, oh, my rod. Thank you. I totally dropped this. I should stop dropping it everywhere.
Is that Dermo's voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Did we hear from August? Is he too busy raising a family or some stupid shit?
We have to make clear that those are jokes when we say them on stream.
Right. Joking.
And you know what happens when we tell jokes?
We laugh. Don't do it though. I think the best jokes are the ones we don't laugh at, DM. Can we all agree on that? Thanks. Don't do it, DM. Don't fucking do it. I see the look in his eye. I'm watching you on stream. Don't do the laugh track. Alright, so he gets the Ivandis rod returned. Cool.
Excellent.
I would like to know how she got her hands on it.
Probably by picking it up.
Yeah, you guys fucking dropped it, obviously.
No, it was taken from him when he was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And she's a higher up, so she probably.
And who do you
processed
think it was handed off to when a strange, burning magical object was found?
So she kidnapped one of our kind.
She's probably who they reported to.
But she put the order out to kidnap us. Or
We
she
were
had the open.
found by the wall. So.
I mean, are you on this? Are you on their side now, Zephalos? You're talking awful like a vampire.
I'm just saying there was no coordination on how we were fucking arrested.
I love the different reactions. Wait, it's a clap. Oh my god.
mean, still sus.
Do
I have
you
a lot
ask
of
her in
questions.
character why she
No,
has?
I mean, I'm certainly like curious why she has that. I know how she got it. I don't necessarily want the answer. I'd like her to fuck off so I can ask Saphalon some questions that aren't like in front of her now.
Okay.
It seems that she knows a lot about him and that he doesn't know a lot about himself. But he might know a lot about this area. You know what I mean?
Right.
And maybe we can trace back some of the steps to get him his memories back. Like if he's a prince, that would be important because I'd rather have a stupid Saradominist in charge than a usurping Zamorakian. Because Zamorakians are all the same. It's clear that this Zamorakian wants to usurp the other Zamorakian, right? Which just puts a worse problem in place. Because now, I mean, she's clearly not as strong as Vanessa, or Vanessa's clearly not as strong as Loreniel, because if she was, she wouldn't need us. Right?
Seems to be the case.
So I'd rather have a weaker Zamorakian in charge, sure. But like,
once we leave their
Evil
presence,
Dave.
I'll tell you my logic of like, you know what? If we can
Mhm.
kill Loreniel with her help, even if she's a problem,
we can kill her.
we can kill her.
Yeah, so if we can kill Loreniel, we can kill her. Is the thing
Mhm.
too? That's definitely what I'm thinking too. But my train, like out of character, my train of thought, Danny, is if we can weaken both of them in the process. Because if we shift the dialogue on it, and Vanescula is dependent on us to keep her reign. You feel me?
Right. I just think we should, not fight a war on two sides.
No, I agree, but like if we can pit one against the other while keeping our hands not clean, but like not fully involved would be ideal. Then we can go back to King Roald and be like, your kingdom's next, bitch.
Oh no.
Yeah, you didn't even think about that, DM.
Like
we overthrew a kingdom, so where's our money? Or we're gonna overthrow this kingdom. It's like, my wife's fucking raptor, so like, oh yeah, hold on. All I'm saying though, DM, is if canon wise in this campaign, Queen Helen Maria is raptor still, then she should be out here doing all this.
I don't know. Who is the raptor?
I hope it stays.
The world may never know.
I wish it was the case. I'm not mad. Look, I'm not mad that the raptor is a woman. I'm mad that the
No one said you were, bro.
No, but that's the thing though, right? Is like everyone's right now in a lot of stories they're trying to force strong female protagonists. Star Wars has done it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
RuneScape has Vanescula protagonist.
No, RuneScape has like a half dozen powerful female entities to include fucking Saphalon's mother would have been a good one.
Safi's mom. You got, I guess, Ziliana.
Why are we?
You got,
we have Zanuck. We have there's
Zanuck. You got Ariane.
We have Xenia.
Okay.
There's a
you
ton.
Got Linza.
You got
freaking
Ariane, right?
I said that already.
Oh, I didn't hear you. But you get what I'm saying. There's like a dozen or so that are like critical to the story. Why did Raptor was clearly masculine, right? Making the paradigm shift to be like, oh, he's female all along. Okay, you got us all. No one was guessing that at all. There was not a single person who was like guessing that. But why did we reveal who Raptor was? That was like 90% of what made Raptor cool was no one knew who they were. And
Why
now
did
we
Master
know.
Chief take off his helmet in the Halo TV show.
I hated that too, honestly.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I genuinely hated that too. But like, you get what I'm saying? Like, characters that are enigmatic and like ambiguous and like that's what makes their character so cool sometimes. Like, why are we trying so hard to railroad certain storylines? Also, it like makes her seem like a total twat because during the attack on Varrock, she did nothing. She let her guards fucking die while she stayed in the garden when she had the power. Yeah, okay. I mean, but you get what I'm saying. Like, no, don't don't do that.
That's really gonna get him back on.
All I'm saying is, if Raptor's whole purpose to adventuring was to protect those that were too weak to defend themselves, and then she let her guards just die because she wanted to keep her ambiguity. Garbage storytelling, Jagex. I'm really mad at you for that. Could have been anyone, but it had to be that. Garbage. I could rant about Queen Ella Maria for like 2 more weeks, so just let's get back to the story.
Vanescula will look over at Lady Mornid, who has been quietly observing the conversation. And she'll say, "Come, Mornid. It is time we leave this hovel."
That's what I hope. That's what I think Dobson was hoping for.
What, the first thing that she said? Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he's taking such intense notes on her organs.
Dobson finally lets his hand fall down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, did he have a question?
Dobson raised his hand when Vanescula got there and got ignored.
Oh my
Good,
god.
good.
What was...
Good, honestly.
They're about to
Whatever.
leave. They're about to leave, okay? And then Vanescula sees Dobson. And she's like...
It's been bad for the whole
And she sees Dobson, she's like, "What?"
Oh no. Well, there goes our alliance. You're gonna ask something stupider than Erloc's entire
Tell me about your internal organs.
How does one rearrange your
Wait,
guts?
he's literally
going
gonna ask that because of what Mornid's... Oh my
I know
God.
he is. He's literally... You're giving him the opportunity to ask something stupid here, Dan. Can we just clarify?
He was going to ask if he could, while you guys were talking about the important stuff, if he could ask the servant questions in the other room.
That's exactly what happened. So they...
No, we don't want a one-on-one
Sure we
in the
do.
other room. No, we don't, DM.
Yeah, we do.
Really...
You don't get to tell Dobson what to do.
we don't.
That
we
is
don't want
exactly what
Dobson to
happened
have...
the whole time.
Oh,
Souffle
wow.
can chaperone.
Souffle?
Sophalon.
Salad
Oh
bar.
my god. Alright. You start a side conversation with Lady Mornid.
I hate everything about this.
So your feet.
Oh god.
Tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how suckable are they?
Oh.
You asked for this, DM.
He asked her a lot of questions about like their
Toes.
their anatomy and their culture, all non-sexual.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for clarifying.
All done sexual, okay.
And just like everything that he can think of, and he's just writing down all of them, everything word for word, everything that she
like give me like 2 or 3 example questions.
Okay, all right.
I won't necessarily answer them in full, but
for example, did vampires always have that aura that lets them turn humans into vampires? And if not, how did they turn vampires before then?
mm-hmm.
How does their biology allow them to effectively, like, this might only apply to the Drakons, but biology allow them to age? Like, do they physically age, or are they functionally immortal? Do they understand how that works? What about specifically about their biology allows that, or if it's magical?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's he just has tons of other questions that I, as a person, could not even imagine.
So the with the vampirization with the ore, she explains to Dobson that it can be done without that process, but the ore makes it much faster and easier because the process is it is tax. She describes it as being very taxing on the victim, as well as the proprietor, I guess you would call them, the person that would have done the biting. And then the other question was, I've already forgotten it.
Like if their immortality.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she goes on to explain that they are not immortal, but they do have their lifespans are lengthened by becoming vampirized. By like usually like 50-ish years longer than they normally would be. But they do die eventually, like they get old and crusty.
Erlich takes offense to that.
So they age pretty much normally, just on a different scale than they would have otherwise.
So do the Drakens just have like an insanely
the true vampires, which I don't know if the Myarchy or anyone else has used that terminology, but the vampires refer to two different groups of them. So there's the turned vampires are the ones that are transformed from humanoids. Other humanoids, I should say, because vampires are technically still humanoids. They're transformed from humans and other species, and they are mortal, and they most of them have like innate abilities, like the ones you've seen in combat and stuff. But they are relatively pretty weak compared to the other category, which is true vampires, which is, in this case, pretty much just the Draken siblings. They are a species of their own that can reproduce and self-sustain. They have immense innate magical abilities. Out of character, this is kind of akin to the power level of Majorat, you could say. Kind of that sort of scale.
Who would win in a fight, though? The Orneal or like Lucian?
Good question. So yeah, it's but that being said, the true vampires and the turned vampires, while they're kind of under the same umbrella term of vampire, they operate pretty differently in their I guess they're in their physiology, but all in their magical ability especially. But so the true vampires are, as far as anyone knows, they are entirely immortal.
Unless you put a stake through their heart. Was Draenor a true vampire?
Draenor is a special case of true vampire.
But he was a weekend because he traveled west of the south.
Yes, he had become disconnected with his own magical force somehow.
Right.
Somehow being because the lore explanation is because he was on the other side, but there could maybe have been more to it than just not being in Mauritania. I'm not sure.
And I'm
not sure that anyone would know.
Whatever was causing
technically was.
Well, whatever was causing that also caused Draenor's power to start. It's not that he stopped being powerful; it's that he maybe stopped being in an environment where he could sustain that power. Because he was feeding off of the village in Draenor, right?
Yeah.
And the whole area around his manor became magical, which I believe
Mhm.
lore-wise was his power draining into the land around him. So there might be something
That's right.
lore-wise that keeps vampires from essentially melding into their environment magically. Because Draenor stopped being powerful because it was centuries of him being west of the Salve, and whatever reason caused him to begin to leech his energy into the surrounding. Because the trees attack you, the manor's alive, like that's all because of Draenor. At some point, at one point in the Fourth Age, if I'm not mistaken, Draenor was a super powerful vampire.
That's right.
But like something did stop him from being able to sustain that, whatever it was.
Yeah. Other mundane questions that Dobson may have.
How big is it?
That he could conceivably have had time and knowledge to ask at this point. I can, kind of fill in that information later.
Okay.
As it comes up.
Awesome.
Dobson's like, how big is it? Are there any half vampire, half Dorgishan goblins in Wireditch?
There's bound to be.
I hate this.
She gives him a smile as they part ways.
No, she doesn't.
She
doesn't.
absolutely does.
She doesn't.
With her pointy teeth.
Completely missed.
She doesn't.
His
Fine.
nose is in his book, furiously writing everything.
It's fine because she doesn't.
She gets his attention with... Oh, wait, no, that's Cephalos.
Oh. No. No.
You can't even object because he's muted because of my dogs.
Our dog's comrade.
Alright, they leave. So the party is now by themselves.
All by myself.
Hey, I'm gonna get
We should, I'm gonna make sure that we're by ourselves. Can I do, like, some kind of look around?
Uh-huh.
I want to make sure we're by ourselves.
Give a perception check.
Alright.
Amazing.
These eyes aren't what they used to be.
Uh-huh.
I wanna talk to Salafan.
Yeah.
Safalon, Salad Fingers. I'm gonna ask him about what the information we just learned, right? Like I'm gonna say like, have you heard of Queen Eferite and King Esertes? Have you heard of these? Have you heard of these people?
So, cell phone looks like he's going to try to remember.
He's Jimmy Neutron brain blasting.
It's deteriorating. Let me see if he knows about the Icene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, he actually kind of does. Okay, so
He's seen it a lot.
He's seen the Icene?
He has seen.
I seen him, he says.
He says, I've heard of them. They, I can confirm that I know that they used to rule over this area before it was controlled by the vampires.
Is that all Safety Land knows?
What else did you ask him?
Just like what he knows of the two names.
Eferite and Acertes?
Yeah. What's he know of Eferite and Acertes?
He'll say, I can't say that Acertes rings a bell, but I think I've heard of a Queen Eferite from the time of the Icene.
Well, what have you heard of her?
She was some sort of radiant angelic creature. Both apparently very kind and strong-willed, I suppose.
How old are you? I'll ask.
Well, it sounds like the answer to that question is in the low thousands.
But you said you don't remember anything before your teens.
I don't remember much of anything before some 20 years ago. Is that what I had said last session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, okay, that's what I had said. That's what I had settled on.
So who raised you then?
I must have grown up in Mireditch.
Well, yeah, but like certainly someone helped you grow up and knew you before you realized your memories were gone.
Perhaps. There's, it's not unheard of for a child to have to raise themselves in this place.
Urlach's
That
eyes
if there was someone like that, they have been long dead.
I worry that Vanescula has alter intentions, alter motives. She seemed to have known quite a bit about you, Cephalon.
I know.
Which makes me think, and she was very strong and adamant on clarifying that our meeting was unintentional and coincidental, which Urlach is not buying at all. I feel like she was waiting for a chance for you to reveal yourself, which you did the other day in the street, whether you intended to or not.
Maybe. But I think that the vampires have known of the Myarchy
Sure.
for a time.
But did they know that the Myarchy were led by a half-Icene?
Have you seen what?
Damn it, Dobson! Go to the other room.
Go back to...
You're never there when we need
Go
you,
back
and
to
you're always
simping.
there when we're trying to do anything else.
It's always the feet, Dobson.
I was in the middle of something, Dobson. Damn it!
There it is. I'm not sure when it is exactly that she put those pieces together. If they were put together before what happened the other day.
We've clearly known you since your parents were alive, if they're still alive. Was that made clear if they were not alive or not?
She didn't specify.
Okay. Well, she knew of you as a kid.
It sounded as if she had seen me once or twice all those years ago, then sort of forgotten.
I worry that she's keeping tabs on you, and she's going to... I don't know what the Icene are, or like what their powers are, but clearly the vampires have some kind of affinity towards them.
They were enemies.
Yes. But maybe there's more to it.
What do you mean?
I don't know. But I know that she was very keen on letting you know who you were. Which worries Urlach slightly. Because that's a big card to show. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think you should come out with this anymore, Cephalon.
Ooh,
Are you
grounded.
breaking up with Cephalon?
It's grounded the leader.
I worry if something bad happens to us that... Look, the vampires drink blood. Whatever blood is running through your veins is clearly powerful. I worry that you are going to amp up whatever vampire sucks on your blood, if they were to. Do you get what I'm saying, Cephalon?
Why do you think that would be
You got
different?
you got a superset running through your veins. That's just Erloc's worry now, is like he's got special god blood.
I don't necessarily disagree.
I don't know what or why, but I just don't feel like... I feel like it's a higher risk to have you out and about now. For whatever reason. She seemed to have known your kind and your people and your family and your lineage, and like... whatever this other way of surviving without sucking blood is, it might just be that she doesn't have to suck regular human blood anymore. Maybe if she sucks an Icene blood, she's like immortal now, because the Icene live a very long time, is what we learned. I don't know. I have a lot of worries and not a lot of answers, so it would behoove us as a group to just not expose you more than we need to.
I'm not opposed to it.
Plus, you have a lot going on back home and a funeral to attend, so it sounds like you're busy anyways. We'll keep you in the loop, yeah?
Right.
So we don't want the vampires to get his blood, but can I have some to test?
Yeah, it's imperative that you give Dobson a little bit of your blood so that he can study it.
What are you going to do on it?
Maybe some skin too.
And a little bit of
What?
skin.
He doesn't say that.
And a little bit of skin just in case.
Well, I could do that, but what are you going to do with it?
But much like Vanescula, we have a lot of demands and not a lot of answers.
Okay.
I'm kidding to most of that last bit, but yeah, I do think that we need to get him back to the headquarters, and I also think that we should split up on our way back.
All right.
Any thoughts, party, on anything I've said?
Again, as I said, I don't disagree with Cephalon not going out as much.
Cool. I'm putting Blessing of the Trickster on Salad Fingers, and I'm gonna tell him to take
Cell
his
phone.
self-leaner, and we're gonna have him take his own way back, and we're not gonna
By himself?
Veritas can watch from a shadow.
Okay. All right. Everybody, stealth your way back home.
Also, I think there was an from Dobson.
Did Dobson raise his hand again?
Dobson, yeah.
He was about to answer Souffle's question. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which question of Stromboli?
Asking why he needed the, or what he was going to
Oh, yeah. What was he gonna do with it?
do. He was going to say that as an esteemed practitioner of science, I'm compelled to elucidate the necessity of our venture into the realm of sanguine exploration. Our pursuit is not born of mere curiosity, but rather, and then he just keeps babbling.
Erloc's snoring at this point.
Fettuccine is very confused.
Alright, so Safeway makes his way home.
Oh yeah, I was doing. Let's see. Stracciatella gets a pretty good stealth check. Okay. And let's see, Veal's pretty good at stealth too.
Is that what we're calling Verdita?
Alright, there we go.
a stealth check as well.
That is fine. Okay, everybody else do yours.
Already did, unfortunately.
We're gonna pretend that Dermo doesn't exist.
Ouch.
Already
Zephylos,
2 sessions ahead of you on that.
Oh, good. 6. Oh, good. 10. Oh, good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, excellent. All right, Zach, you better leave.
Well, at least safety land won't pass. You know, he's not gonna get caught because I'll get caught.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently you guys suck. So,
Yeah.
you have an annoying brawl with some vampires, and luckily they were only juvenites, so you kill them.
Woo! Go us.
Good job. Nice. Okay. Making it back to the hideout. Now we're back here. It's probably about where we're gonna have to end for today.
We're gonna put the genital cuff on Dobson.
Unnecessary.
Is it though?
I don't
Complete.
know. Did you see those sparks flying?
Unfortunately, I smelt them. A Dorgishan goblin in heat, you can smell it from a mile away.
That's
Mhm.
just what happens when you try to light a fire with flint and steel. There's sparks.
I'm starting to understand why your people were bullied a mile underground. I don't agree with it. I'm starting to understand it. Well, like I might have deserved that one.
I've changed my
It's
answer.
longer than that's so long. It's
Hang
just
on.
gonna keep going.
It's almost halfway
like,
done.
No, I know. It's gonna keep going. It picks up again, which is so bad. Yeah, the clapping. I hate
The
this.
clapping?
I hate this.
Alright, it's not done yet.
I know it's not done because I'm cross-eyed. I hate it.
That's amazing. Alright, let's do
Worst day of my
let's
life.
do our 3 favorites now. Then we can get out of here.
I think that Danny's already asleep, so.
I am, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
you better go first, bud.
Alright, Rat Slayer, give us your highlights.
My highlight was I got 10 kills on the rat boss.
Alright, Danny. What's your favorite thing
Alright.
someone else did?
So, favorite thing that someone else did. I like Urluk's internal timer, personally speaking. Of like, you know what, he gets a solid 5 minutes of genuine
Focus, right?
really
and
good,
then
just
he's
really
great.
into it, and then it's like, all right, well, I guess it's Zephylos' turn.
It's old man timer, yeah.
Honorable mentions. Just the running, bit of just here and there. Dobson's raising a hand, asking just really cursed questions about vampire biology. Just that bit, amazing. Favorite thing I did. I liked trying to keep senile Urluk on track.
Good.
With, it would often devolve into just threats at certain points, and Zephylos is like, alright, think of the bigger picture. Think of what usefulness we can get out of here. Let's not burn a bridge. Favorite thing the DM did? That's a tricky one. I liked that. I like the lore implication that there's different dialects of Infernal, and that like different mistranslations gave different vampires ideas of what blister meant. That's a cool little world building thing, and also kind of feeds in actually to lore of vampires. They were taught Infernal as their first language by Zeros, so it makes sense that their versions may be a little bit different than what the demon version is that everyone knows.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Very cool.
Fair.
Very pogger.
I'll do mine. Everything that the DM did was I like that I got you to end up RPing between
Oh god, I hate that.
between safety net and Venescula. So that was good. You know, I asked you enough questions to get two different NPCs thinking for themselves, and then you had to RP that, so get played, sucker. Something that someone else did that I liked. Dobson, I mean, did just classic Dobson stuff. As much as we were like weirdly fetishizing both Zephylos and Dobson tonight.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. I like that Dobson was adamant on his research first, even though like there's a lot more in play than whatever organs these guys have, my man. And then Erlux just feign attempt to try to keep him focused. And then something that I did that I liked was stay skeptical. Honestly, I'm just super skeptical of what Venescula wants. Like, even though she's less powerful than Lorniel, she's still super powerful. Compared to us, you know what I mean? So whatever she needs done, and she can't do it herself, is making me like really think like, how can Erluk angle this to still come out on top without putting another powerful Zamorakian in place? And I think Danny said it well too, is like, if we can undermine Lawerniel and put a weaker Zamorakian in place, then we can always come back and undermine her too. But that's a lot more steps. I just don't want to be a scapegoat at the end of this, where it's like, you killed my brother, oh, I have to be the queen and avenge him. Like, I don't want that, you know what I mean? Like, that's... Because I doubt anyone else in the kingdom knows that Venescula, like, hates her brother. Because that's not, like, something she's probably advertising. It would make her a target, I'd imagine. Anyways. I like goblin butts. That's my highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out, Dobson.
I think Dermo's next.
Great job, Dermo. I think
Good
Zephylos
job.
is next.
Yep.
And he's asleep. Alright, DM?
So something that you guys did. What the hell did you guys do?
Our
Nothing.
best. We did our best, DM.
Not a
I
lot.
appreciate you backing off a little bit.
Their best. Let's see. I definitely liked the joke about being driven underground. That was great.
That was good.
Um,
It makes a lot more sense now.
yeah, right.
Starting to put it together.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the kind of the interaction with the party and Saflan at these different stages of like him realizing what's going on with himself has been interesting and fun. Something that I did, it's always fun to like roleplay the antagonists, especially the powerful ones, and sort of weaving together kind of ways that the story will interact with them. She's kind of a similar figure to Sliske in that way, where she's like very powerful, could probably stamp out the party at this point if she really wanted to, but doesn't.
True. I mean, yeah, Erluk is aware of that too, but like, she wouldn't be meeting with us like this if she didn't need us for something, and that's Erluk's worry is, what does she need us for? And how far is she willing to go to help us help her? Is also a concern. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of balls in the air, and not enough landing at this point for Urluk to feel good. And then there's Zamorakian, so another problem.
Right. Did everybody go?
I didn't.
Oh.
I thought Zach went.
No. My favorite thing the GM did, being Pompous Venescula.
Mm-hmm.
That's very well. I agree. It's always really fun to be the villain. Could absolutely stomp me because they can afford that extra. Like, hey, fuck you.
Playing Sliske is a lot of fun in our campaign. You know what I mean? As a DM, being Sliske, the party just fears his name now, so they just don't say his name at all. They're like, don't fucking don't say it. Watch
He'll
your
show
shadow.
up.
Yeah, they like whenever someone says Sliske, they're like, damn, I'm looking at my feet. Is my shadow weird? I'm like, yep. Like, fuck. Like, you shouldn't have said it.
My favorite thing that another player did, a tie between two of Shab's comments tonight. First, well, that's why your species was bullied underground. And the second being, am I gonna die? You should know.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
And then my favorite thing that I did was organs.
Yeah, man, what's up with that?
I'm just playing the organ, man.
What's the
No
deal
way.
with organs?
Dun 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 dun.
Wait,
Like-
oh shit! If we were not, wait, hang on. I'm gonna mute the desktop audio real quick. What's the deal with organs?
Is
There
the
we
is
go.
the Seinfeld baseline DMCA'd?
I don't know.
Do you want to find out?
No.
No.
Yes. No. Maybe a little bit.
Those are my three.
Did Danny go or did he fall asleep?
I already went.
You sure?
Yeah, good try.
Was it a
You
dream
should
though?
go again just in case.
Might have been a part of your dream.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the deal with Danny falling asleep?
Severe sleep apnea.
Yeah. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to, but you still can if you like.
That was it.
Okay. Fair enough. Are we meeting next week or cause the holiday or?
Is there a holiday?
Yeah, it's February 1st.
Oh shit! Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Because if we play next
February
week, we have
1st.
to play every day for the rest of the year,
I'm moving next week.
or whatever that Bill Murray movie. That's fine. We can
Oh
play
yeah.
whatever.
All right, yeah. We don't need Zephylos.
Danny hardly played the night, so we can play next.
He's kind of right.
I played plenty tonight. SMH.
Well, we're talking about D&D, not RuneScape.
Yeah.
Me too, homie.
Less rats.
Sheesh. Dude, this gas got unlimited magazine. Ga 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 ga. Sending them rounds over your way, buddy. All right, I'll send these shots over to you, Danny. You send your uncle over to me, and his dog over to Zaid. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that was the arrangement. I think
Yeah.
Arbor also goes to Zaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Happy
worry.
Arbor Day.
Hey.
Yeah. I can't believe you want the dogs.
What's the deal with grape nuts? No
Anyway,
grapes,
on
no
that
nuts.
I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for
I
the
will
game.
see you guys later. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.